Kit stirs up chaos, Dee Dee discovers love, Brody plots mischief, and a farewell is confirmed. Next week, Kit Green lands himself in trouble after meddling in partner Sarah Platt's business arrangement, but the bigger twist is what he uncovers about the elusive Becky Swain. Tracy Barlow exposes Abby Webster's secret fling, while Debbie Webster faces a sudden health crisis. Meanwhile, sparks fly for Dee Dee Bailey, though the professional complications might be too much to handle. Brody Michaelis is scheming again, but his relatives are facing yet another worrying challenge. In another corner of the street, Steve McDonald and Cassie Plummer are caught red-handed, and Aadi Alahan confirms he's leaving Weatherfield behind. Number 1. Tracy Barlow uncovers Abby Webster's affair with Carl Webster. Abby grows irritated when she spots her lover Carl Webster openly flirting with Tracy and casually revealing his room number at the Chariot Square Hotel. Carl insists to Abby that the flirtation was nothing more than a ruse, suggesting they rendezvous at his hotel instead. However, when Carl mistakes Tracy for Abby stepping out of the shower, he swiftly rejects her advances. After sharing a heartfelt moment with her husband, Kevin Webster, Abby is told by Carl that he turned Tracy down. Unaware of the full story, Debbie urges Tracy to make another move on Carl, and even offers to buy the drinks, while Carl meets Abby and pointedly says that since she's still sleeping with Kevin, he's free to sleep with Tracy if he chooses. Later, as Abby begrudgingly packs for her trip to Mallorca, she informs Kev she can't locate her passport and tells him to go ahead, promising she'll follow once the issue is resolved. At the hotel, Carl admits to Tracy that his heart belongs to another woman. Tracy quickly suspects Abby, and no matter how Carl tries to respond, her hunch is soon proven right when she's taken aback to spot Abby in the shop following Abby's clandestine night with Carl. Later, after a dramatic day, Carl and Abby embrace at the house, the moment deepening into a kiss, all under the watchful eye of a scheming Tracy peering through the window. Now the question is, how will Tracy use this explosive discovery? Number 2. Kit Green reveals suspicions over Becky Swain case amid his own harassment accusation. Sarah's day goes from bad to worse when she steps in to lead an underworld meeting, only to find that the client, Eli, has just been subjected to a stop and search by none other than Kit, after Eli's car was left in a no-parking zone. When Kit shows up and Eli realizes he's Sarah's partner, Eli makes to leave, but Sarah shoves Kit aside and locks Eli in the office so she can deliver her pitch. Later, Carla Connor informs Sarah that Eli has been spreading vile gossip, branding her a sexual predator, and she chastises Sarah as customers begin demanding the same discount they'd given Eli. Seething, Sarah blames Kit for confronting Eli and lashes out at David Platt for handing over Kit's details to him. Di Costello stuns Lisa Swain with a caution to maintain a professional distance from Kit, warning he wouldn't want her dragged into his mess. Meanwhile, Costello questions Kit over Eli's accusations of intimidation, but says he'll put him on desk duty, claiming it's due to Kit's injuries to avoid a formal investigation. Later, Kit reveals to Sarah that he's been digging into a case he discovered was tied to an old investigation Lisa's late wife Becky once handled, but when he asked for the files, Costello ordered him to drop it. Kit has continued to investigate behind the scenes, while Lisa remains unaware, busy clashing with new neighbor David over the bins before growing irritated by David the dog's barking. Just how much deeper will Kit's secret probe go? Number 3. Brody Michaelis caught in dodgy scheme amid shock incident at the Metcalfs. Carl catches Brody in the act, moments away from swiping a pricey car at the garage, and warns the teenager he's on the fast track back to the STC. Instead, Carl tempts him with a supposedly easier method for stealing vehicles, though it's clear this won't end well. Brody's recent botched attempt to run away with his younger sisters Joni and Shanice Michaelis soon comes to light for foster carers Tim and Sally Metcalf. Tim encourages Brody to trust that social services will make the right decisions for the three of them, and Brody later has to break the news to the girls that their mum, Lou, has been handed a 4-year prison sentence. Sally does her best to comfort the children, but the moment is interrupted when a social worker arrives with a psychologist in tow. They announce that the siblings can remain together, only for a sudden scream to ring out from the garden. What could have happened? Number 4. Steve McDonald is found in a compromising position. Steve picks up some lager in an effort to smooth things over with Tyrone Dobbs after the drama surrounding young Doran Pop's disappearance. However, when Cassie Plummer cheekily asks Steve to give her a demonstration of his pole dancing skills, he just can't say no. Unfortunately for them, Tyrone walks in to find the pair in a compromising, half-dressed state. Can Cassie convince Tyrone to allow Steve back under his roof? Or has he finally run out of chances? Number 5. Dee Dee Bailey shares surprise kiss with new client Aadi. After meeting with new client Aadi, someone she'd crossed paths with before their business relationship began, Dee Dee confides in Alia Nazir that she's really taken with him, but fears a conflict of interest. As the week goes on, Ali and Dee Dee admit their mutual attraction, yet agree it would be inappropriate for her to pursue anything with a client. Despite that, Ali leans in for a kiss, and Dee Dee finds herself kissing him back. She later tells Ali she wants to move at a slow pace, but confesses to James Bailey that, as much as she likes him, she plans to keep things strictly professional to avoid another heartbreak. When Ali later encounters Dee Dee pushing baby Layla in her pram, she reveals the little girl is her daughter. Suggesting they grab a drink so she can explain, Dee Dee leaves the question hanging. How will Ali respond? Could this be the start of something real for the pair? Number 6. Aadi Alahan confirms exit plans after police outcome. Aadi breaks the news to Dev and Asha Alahan that the police have decided to let him off, with just a caution. He goes on to reveal that he's been in touch with his cousin, Vikram Desai, and has decided to start a new chapter of his life in India. Asha is heartbroken at the thought of her twin leaving, but will Aadi's send-off be a joyful one? Number 7. Debbie Webster rushed to hospital after sudden collapse. Ronnie Bailey spots Debbie hard at work in the hotel and becomes concerned that she's overdoing it. However, when Ronnie ropes Ryan into helping out on his day off, Debbie is far from pleased with her fiancé's meddling. The next day, Debbie lets herself into the Webster home to tidy up while Abby is away. Suddenly, she feels lightheaded and collapses, prompting a hidden Carl to step out and check on her. Abby arrives soon after and calls for an ambulance, while Carl quietly slips back upstairs to remain unseen. At the hospital, Debbie reassures both Ronnie and Carl that the doctors have given her a clean bill of health. When Debbie apologizes to Carl for cutting short his trip to Wales, he hides the guilt written across his face. But as Carl keeps his affair under wraps, will Debbie be willing to ease her workload while adjusting to her dementia diagnosis? Coronation Street airs Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and is also available to stream on ITVX.